Kirill Kasatskiy and Jason Kelly.
You do.
Deuces. I don't know what the fuck to say.
For Jason Kelly, I'm Kirill Kasatskiy. This is the building downtown.
For Jason Kelly, I'm Kirill Kasatskiy. This is Building Downtown.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.
That was our intention when we first went into the show, but like any good show, we end up all over the place. That's what happens at the building downtown. You go downtown in any city, you don't know what's gonna fucking happen.
That's for sure, man.
Downtown Moscow.
Oh, fuck, buddy. That's the place that anything could happen for real. You know, like, bro, that's like now that I've seen the city growing up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, it's different. It's very different. You know what I mean? Like I've been quite a few places. I'm still yet to see New York. You know what I mean? I've never been to New York, but I've seen LA, I've seen Rome, like I've seen a bunch of big cities. You know what I mean? Toronto, fucking whatever it is. I can't think of them right now. But
Cambridge,
San Francisco. You know what I mean? Like, I said LA, right? But what were we talking about? Which city? Oh, Moscow. Nothing.
One, you know, that's from your neck of the woods.
No, it's just...
Don't know if you ever heard of it.
I'm spacing out a bit. But yeah, Moscow is just different, man. That's the city that never sleeps. That's what I mean. I'm yet to see New York to see what's up there. But just Moscow has so much history, right? There's like thousands of years. No, I don't know thousands, but at least 1,000 years of history. You know what I mean? Like there's bird shit on statues older than Canada.
I don't know if I just got dissed or not.
No. I'm just saying this.
For the listeners out there, he looked me dead in my fucking eyes when he said that.
No, it was a joke. But anyways, Canada's only what 200-300 years of history, right?
I don't fucking know. I
I
don't even like hockey. Fuck.
Well, you gotta know how old.
170, 150,
$1.50, right?
$1.50. This is why you're not a historian, because you'd write things in textbooks like it's $1.50.
Well, yeah. They would get down with the times, you know what I mean? With my times, anyways. What was I saying? Oh, how old is Canada? Yeah, it's $1.50, right? So
$1.50.
fucking
Fuck.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I walked around there, and that's what one thing. I don't know why we're going this way, but
we're here.
That's what I find that places around here missing. Like I've mentioned, big cities, right? Like the LA's, the Toronto's, the San Francisco's. San Francisco was the only one actually that came close to some old style architecture. That's what I like when I go to different places, right? I like architecture. I really like old buildings, old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I am hoping. And it's probably going to happen soon. I want to go to, what was it called? Somewhere beside Thailand. Fuck. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, there's temples with big trees and roots going through temples and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, can you imagine that, right? Like, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, in these temples are, like, dated fucking, nobody really knows. They're just guessing, right?
You actually mentioned earlier tonight, before we got on the air and started recording, we were talking about something about Muay Thai and flights.
Yeah, Thailand.
We were talking about UFC stuff, and you said you would like to go to Thailand. That surprised the shit out of me.
Why? But it's not the Thailand. It's the.
I don't know. You just don't.
It's right there between Thailand and Vietnam.
It's the same as like when you went to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And you were saying that was like a place you wanted to go to since
kid,
you were
yeah.
a little kid. It's just.
Why?
You're this fucking weird fucking thing.
Why is it weird? I like architecture. I told you.
It's still. It's.
Well, I like old shit. You know what I mean? And what the fuck?
Thailand, the Coliseum.
I'm gonna find out what's going on.
New York City. Okay, those three places don't really have a fucking common trend.
Well, Thailand and New York City is different because Thailand is a country and New York City is a fucking city.
Well, fuck off.
Well, what did you mention?
You know what I mean?
It's a big city. I like seeing shit around.
Okay, well, where are you going in Thailand? That's anything remotely.
No. In Thailand, not Bangkok. What the fuck was that place? Anyways,
get what I'm saying? Though?
In those
You
kind of places, I
fucking-
would be looking for like old temples, old Buddhist shit. You know what I mean?
There's no like trend to what you like.
There's no what?
Trend to what you like. You know what
Well,
I mean?
see,
There's no.
it's a couple things. It's big cities and
I
architecture.
appreciate that. People have always bitched about me for being that way, where it's like fucking.
What?
I don't necessarily want to go see just skyscrapers. I don't want to see like just jungles. Like there's no, you know what I mean?
Cambodia. That's the place. Jesus fuck.
You want to go to Cambodia?
Yes.
Then what are you gonna do there?
I want to see.
Besides not come home.
What do you mean? Where the fuck is it? I'll show you. Where the fuck? Oh my god. So many pictures. San Francisco, prom, Christmas. Where's the fucking Cambodia? Anyways, that's what I'm saying. There are those old, I think they're Buddhist temples that have trees growing through them and shit. And there's so much history there. That's what I want to see. In New York City, when I'm going, I just want to see a big city, right? But I don't think anything can beat LA.
See what I'm saying? There's no.
I'm not into
trend.
one thing.
Yeah. But most people fucking
I like-
are. They're like, I like big cities. I want to be in a Toronto, in a
But
fucking
it's just-
NYC, in.
It just sucks that Toronto or NYC or LA, they can't offer any of that historical monuments. They can't because their history is 300 years old, fucking maximum, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When I go to Moscow, I can hit historical sites and see a big city. I can't do that in LA. I can't do that in New York. So that's the only difference.
What about East Indian countries like fucking?
I would go there too. It's just the heat. And fuck, man. And, I mean, Cambodia is going to be pretty hot, but I haven't. I have considered India. It's just I don't know why. I want to
like,
go.
what about like fucking? If you could go there and it would be safe, a place like fucking I don't know, Iraq, fucking Afghanistan.
Iraq has
obviously, I'm not saying go on some sort of fucking stupid ass mission and fucking hope for the best. Like if you could go there, or any country along those lines,
there's that Alamo
and be safe. Are there things there?
There's Alamo Temple in Iraq that I would love to see. It used to be Persian. It used to be Persian territory or something like that, and then there was a big fight at Alamo Temple, and I would like to see that shit. It's like ruined right now. It's just a bunch of ruins, but you know what I mean. It's just.
Is there any architecture in Canada that interests you?
No, because everything is new, and it's not like I'm knocking nothing new. It's just
I get that. I
see. I'm trying to
I
find
didn't
these
think
fucking
there
things.
was. I mean, what we got the CN Tower and the Sky
Like, see,
Dome.
this is not the greatest example, but something like that. You know how old that fucking thing gotta be? For a tree to go around it like that? But it's not the best example, that's what I'm saying. I can't find fucking...
I feel with the right stain and the right amount of lumber, we could build that in the backyard.
But it's not built, though. You can tell it's not built. You know what I mean? And these temples, they're dating them to some sort of date, but I'm sure they don't fucking... You know what I mean?
Yeah, 2017.
That's where, as far as as we could go fucking dating it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm really... Temples, come on. Give me something. I've just been shown pictures, you know what I mean? And it's been dope. Like, see, shit like that excites me. I would walk around that and look at it.
That looks fucking terrifying. What is that called?
It is one of the temples in Cambodia. I don't know. It just says 10 best temples of...
Oh, you can't find the name for, like, listeners?
Well, it's on somebody's page. You know what I mean? I'm not going to name person's name, right?
Fuck somebody's page. What's the name of it?
Temples of Angkor. Angkor. Whatever it is.
In Cambodia?
It's in Cambodia, yes.
It looks like those, those falling stone faces in Super Mario?
Yeah.
Down?
It's pretty similar to
That's
that.
what it
yeah,
looks like.
it is pretty similar to that. But
That shit's scary.
it almost looks like it should be Mayan, right? But Mayans weren't around there, right? I don't think so. See, I don't want to sound stupid because I don't know too much about it, but it's exciting. You know what I mean?
That's the first step. Admitting that before you say something.
Right.
That way it can't be held against you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm interested in it, but I don't know much about it. Once I go there, maybe I'll learn something, you know what I mean? But I know what it is. I know it exists. And
Once you go there, holy shit. Like, that's not
I'm
even like
going.
if. Like
I'm going, bro. It's not a... See, this is the Alamo Temple. That's what it used to be.
And that's in...
That's in Iraq.
Holy shit.
And that's what it's left. That's what's left of it. Am I too close?
No.
Oh yeah, turn okay. And that's what's left of it. But I would still like to go there. There was
because of like, is that because of wars or just
war-
erosion or?
This was the most. Nobody could take over that castle. It was like unbeatable or whatever you call it, unreachable.
So like, what's the fucking years of
That
history?
that movie of Prince of Persia talks about it.
You know I didn't watch that.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You know I don't watch.
It's not a true story, but it mentions Alamut Temple. How
Prince
old
of
is this?
Persia. Wasn't there a video game named that?
Yeah,
Some
of
shit?
course. It's a big thing.
Well, I don't video game too hard either, so.
No, it was a big thing. Like it's everything. It's a video game. Now it's a movie. It was a fucking. Sometime between 1228 and 1247 has been Alamut Altar Ablahad.
And we're not talking AM, PM, right?
No, it's fucking.
You're talking years.
So it's old. That's why there's only that much left of it, right? But then again, it's in Iraq, and you gotta go through. I think it's in Iraq, or it's in Iran or Iraq. Let me see. Again, it's not to sound stupid. I'm gonna look it up. Iranian. Architecture style is Iranian. Location is Alamut region, province of Iran. So it's not in Iraq. It's Iran. In Iran. Yeah. I knew it was one of the guys. But yeah, it's fucking. Like I don't know what interests you.
For traveling?
Yeah. Beer?
No.
Oh, you don't like beer, that's right.
Well,
That was one of my first things.
Even still, no.
When I used to drink, I get there and I try the beer that I don't have where I live, right? That's what I used to do.
For traveling, what I'd want to travel to see is martial arts at the rawest form. But
So let's go to Cambodia and pay some people to fight.
we don't have to pay them to fight. We could just go
I'm
watch
under,
the fights.
I'm under a stereotype that they're all little ninjas.
See that we could. That's where we could like meet on a common ground where you could be like, yo, I want to go see fucking vines growing through trees that are made into huts, and I could be like, I want to watch people fucking have Muay Thai fights.
I don't know. Some sort of shit's got to go down in Cambodia, right? But it's like a third world
sure.
country, man. They're poor as fuck. Apparently, you can go there and like survive for a fucking couple of weeks on $10 or some shit.
Yeah. I've heard both things. That there are certain areas
You could also get murdered by mosquitoes or by the fucking natives.
Well, that'd be fucking a terrible way to go.
I
Get
imagine
murdered
it
by
being
mosquitoes.
I imagine it being like Australian climate or
But yeah.
tropical climate. You know what I mean?
The fucking
Spider size a fucking dinner plate.
architecture is something that I find super fucking cool.
That's what I mean, especially walking through it. No, like
Yeah, but fucking like Big Ben in England.
No, that doesn't interest me
I
too
don't
much.
give a shit about that. The
London's-
Golden Gate Bridge. I don't give a shit about that.
I've been there, but I don't. That's not a.
Even
The
the
fucking-
even the Twin Towers. Like, never been NYC to see them, and it's the fucking. It's a horrific tragedy. I'm not downplaying that at all. I'm talking about the towers, the height of them.
But they're new style
the
buildings,
magnitude
right?
of those buildings. It's still like, yeah, it's a monstrosity, but
It looked like a big piece of glass, right? I mean,
CN Tower,
CN Tower is pretty amazing, though.
it's just a fucking big building.
Well, that's what it was meant to be, right?
Right,
To
like,
prove a
yeah,
point that
fucking-
we can build this.
There's and then like that fucking the thing in Russia. I always call it the Super Mario place,
The Kremlin?
the Kremlin.
Yeah, I just been there. That's what I'm saying. See, that thing is fucking old.
See, that is cool as shit. Now the rest of it,
But that's what I'm saying. You're comparing new style buildings to something that's a few hundred
Yeah,
years
but
old.
I feel like the rest of it would be like fucking cobblestone road and fucking.
Some of it is, yes, like in Italy.
Eroding buildings and shit.
In Italy, when they preserved the Pompeii or whatever, Pompeii, the
I feel
city.
like it'd be a disappointment. You know, when you see a picture or like a painting of something and it's beautiful, and then you go and you look at it and you're like, eh.
The Coliseum was a bit disappointing, but no, I'm not disappointed with seeing like Pompeii and walking for 4 fucking hours under blasting heat.
And this is fucked up too. I always.
Bro, you see these but you see these rooms that were meant to be a public sauna, and there's a public toilet. These little rooms where people lived in. You know what I mean? It's really fucked up how they lived back then. And you get
like
to.
that other shit you told me you wanted to see what the people like were covered in the lava.
That's what I went to see. That's Pompeii. That's what I'm talking-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's when people were they were into sodomy, apparently, right? And the god burnt the fucking city. Everybody who looked back got fucking burnt by lava.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, that's the story from the Bible, right?
What the fuck?
So leave your ass alone when you get burned. That's pretty much the message. Fucking right? It's in the Bible, man. I didn't make this shit up.
People that like Graceland, right?
I don't
Where
know what that
Elvis is from.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think I need to explain to the listeners. You're probably the only person. You're like where I like Havoc over Prodigy. You're in that same minority with not knowing what Graceland is, I think.
Okay.
So, I always thought, like, these Elvis, people that love Elvis. You know what I'm talking about, Elvis?
Yeah, of course I know
that
Elvis.
much, at least. Okay. They want to go to Graceland.
Is it like a mansion where he used to live or something?
I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it looks like a mansion.
But it's like where you go fucking...
It's a property of some sort.
Celebrate the career, the life, the legacy, whatever of Elvis.
Okay.
And I was like, those people are fucking nuts.
Well,
So
you gotta be...
that kind of shit. The first time I went to fucking Vegas, checked in my hotel, didn't do much that evening. The next morning, I woke up really early, and the first fucking thing I did is went to where Tupac was murdered. Okay?
Yeah, see...
So, now, like, because you were asking me about, like, traveling, the places I'd want to go, it would cost too much money to go for just that purpose. Like, to go to, like, a place where Bruce Lee trained. Or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that would be fucking
That's why
significant
when I went
to
to California, I drove for fucking 1,600 miles in a week because I've seen it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was actually a wasteful thing. I've missed a lot of things, or I didn't enjoy some things because I was fucking just tired, right?
Yep.
1,600 miles in a week is a lot. Was
fucking
it,
right,
or something like that? It was a large number, but anyways, I'm not gonna look it up now. But you know what I mean? I've hit it all. I've hit the Hollywood sign, the Walk of Fame, then I fucking drove to Vegas. Then I drove back to San Francisco,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I drove through the whole California, and I hit the fucking Nevada, too.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. People that are crazy about Elvis and go to, what is it, Graceland? Like, if I was, I'm not sure, is there a museum of Tupac?
I don't know. I'm sure there's
I think they
one
made something
somewhere,
like that, but like, if
there's
I was...
a Tupac course at a college.
Tupac what course? Oh.
Yeah. Like they
Yeah,
teach
but what
a
I'm
class
saying
on
is,
his
like,
philosophies.
I was there.
I don't know if there's a museum though.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, I was in LA to see my buddy, but I'm in LA. I might as well go see Walk of Fame, fucking Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the landmarks. And if I knew there's a Tupac museum, I would go. I wouldn't go to Graceland. But you know what I mean?
Why the fuck would you?
It's just not, I guess.
But that's like for me to want to travel somewhere.
But
There's
you travel-
places in Brazil, but it would all be
Oh, Brazil is dangerous.
martial arts oriented. Like fucking it, not because I'd want to go train at these places or anything, but just to fucking be there and be in that place
What
at
did he
that
get-
location where somebody who like I hold like in a certain to a certain degree, like Tupac for one, right? Being such a fucking huge hip hop fan, I wanted to go there. I stood right
Where did he get killed? On
Vegas on Flamingo and Colville, I think it was.
see, I wasn't.
I got fucking picture of me standing. I'm standing right like exactly in the lane where he got killed, and there's fucking cars around me because there's traffic going on, obviously. But I was like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, the
I
traffic
wanna-
in Vegas is kind of fucked up, anyways, right? It's just.
Well, this is off the strip a little bit, so it wasn't.
Oh, I see.
It wasn't that heavy a flow.
I was
but
gonna
still,
say I'm looking up what kind of martial arts, what kind of mixed martial arts, maybe competitions, I should say, in Cambodia.
Oh, they'd have Muay Thai there for sure.
Mixed martial arts
For
competitions.
sure. Yeah, but it wouldn't even have to just be MMA. Like, Muay
But I'm
Thai.
just saying, you know what I mean? Like I went to LA to see my buddy, but I'm in LA, so I'm gonna hit all these fucking things. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right? So that's what I'm saying. You don't necessarily go just for that thing, right? But once you're there, once in Rome, right?
Yeah. When in Rome.
When in Rome.
That's how the saying goes.
Yeah, they have a bunch of shit. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was even trying to hit up. I was gonna take a picture with this City of Compton sign, but
Don't do that.
buddy of mine
Don't
was just
do
like,
that.
yeah, he was just
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
we can pay some Mexicans.
Yo,
They can take you there. But
Nems did that and had to apologize. So you
Nems
definitely,
did? Really?
you definitely should.
What's wrong with taking a picture of fucking sign?
You ain't from there.
So what? I'm bigging it up.
Who was it said?
I guess if I was from there and some motherfucker came around every day
You're
taking a fucking
from
picture.
here, you don't come here. And if you shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be around here. Oh, who the fuck was said that? It was a rapper in the fucking early 90s. From Compton or
But anyways,
South
would
Central
you
or
say
whatever.
Nems did that?
Yeah. I think he also tagged it.
Okay, I
Like
don't
spray
know.
painted the fucking sign.
Oh, yeah, that's a little too much. See,
It
that's
was,
what
it
the
was
fuck.
leading up to the head ice battle. I know he took a picture in front of it for sure. But
Yeah, if
may
he
have
tagged
also
it, there's a
tagged
reason to fucking, you know what I mean? But anyways, my buddy was just like, I was driving a white Mercedes at the time, right? And it wasn't like a fucking pimping car or nothing, right? He was just like, you're a white dude in a white Mercedes, gonna pull up the fucking City of Compton sign.
Oh,
It's
God.
just like, I just don't see it going well.
Oh, my. No.
Right, so.
Fuck no.
I never got
man.
around to it, but that's what I wanted to see, right? When
I
was
never got around to it. You mean you
Well-
chose not to?
Well, because I could've, he told me he can pay some people that could take me there, right? So I never got around to that.
You definitely should not do that then.
I was gonna, but I didn't.
I got some people you can pay to take you
No, it's
there.
my friend. He's not gonna fucking, you know what I mean? He just said, I know some Mexican guys you can pay and they can take you there without
Yeah,
fucking.
exactly. You got to pay motherfuckers just to go see the sign.
Yeah, I was considering it because I really wanted this fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know why. It's just, I'm in LA, right? To me, it's like the Hollywood sign, right? City of Compton, fucking
Oh, Compton, fucking
legendary, right?
yeah, NWA, straight out Compton, fucking hip hop reasons, like right there. That's another one, right? I would never fucking
But where are you gonna go in the world for hip hop reason? There's nothing. It's
hip
only-
hop or martial arts reasons. The fucking I can't go fucking strolling through fucking Queensbridge, fucking.
No, fuck that. Man.
Right,
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
what I mean?
When,
I've heard Cormega
again,
rap
see-
about this and that and shit. Like you, fucking, I can't do that. And if I was to put together the money to go to some of the places that I think would be cool to go to, it wouldn't be worth it because it would cost so much.
but that's what
fucking
I'm
money.
saying. See, when I went to Italy, I was going back home anyways to visit fucking back home, right?
Yeah.
And there has to be a transition somewhere, so I could choose. I think it was Berlin, Paris, or fucking Rome. You know what I mean? I had to switch in one of the cities, right?
Yep.
And me and my buddy, we chose Rome, and we just took off fucking couple days to stay there. I think we stayed for four days or 5, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't long, but we were already going somewhere. We had to transition, so we decided to spend a little bit. But fucking once you're there, right? Because you're not gonna pay money just to go to Rome,
Yeah.
unless you have something to do there, right?
Yeah.
But if I have to make a switch, I can take a few days or a couple days off my vacation back home, or off my visit back home to see Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? You know what I mean? We Airbnb'd it and got a little shit box and fucking drove around there.
You got a car that fucking broke down on you.
Oh man, it was a fucking trip. They got impounded too. Yo, they're on point. You leave your car for 20 minutes, it's gone. She gone.
Like
It-
carjacked or towed?
No, towed.
Oh.
Yo, that place is packed. If you think fucking Toronto's got traffic problems, you didn't know shit. You know what I mean? And it's not only the traffic problems; it's the tightness of the
Crazy to
space.
think like what, like fucking 8-9 months after your trip, fucking Italy was murdered by COVID.
Was it that? No.
Well, what, you were there? Oh, so July last year,
Something like that. June, July. I don't know. It was before August.
and
so
February they got smashed. So
yeah, a few months. a couple years.
July to January, 6 months.
Yeah, I could have
February,
fucking.
7 months.
But you know what I'm saying? You either get it or you don't, man. Fuck it all. It's. I've been around enough shit to get me infected. If I didn't get infected, I'm good. If I did, I did. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can wash your hands and all of that shit, but somebody's gonna give you a bill that somebody sneezed on or something. You know what I mean? Especially if this shit is fucking air capillary or whatever it is. Bro, better not go to fucking public places at all.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, these motherfuckers are standing in front of a liquor store and in front of some other stores, spaced out to fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes there's crowds. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, would it be worse if we just let it fucking ride out and see what happens?
Do you want to take that risk? Do you want to roll those dice?
Switzerland or Swiss?
You said this before about Sweden, and fucking we brought up the numbers.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out at all.
They've lost people, but
Did they ever?
I mean, is it worse? Their economy kept working. The country's ready to fucking go.
Yeah, and there's
People died, man. There's nothing.
There's a ton of dead
at least
people.
at least leave it up to choice. Let's say you're not gonna get fired. You're not gonna get fired from your job if you decide to stay isolated.
Countries closed their fucking borders, so
countries also closed factories. Countries closed.
Yeah, no, it's in the borders.
Their economy shut down.
Yeah, so you can't enter them. Sweden had to fucking close their borders, so they can't leave
because they kept producing their own shit.
Yeah, they kept producing COVID. Let's have
Wow.
motherfuckers sharing strep throat.
I don't know. Look, U.S. was on the fucking lockdown, and what did they do good?
It's a different lockdown, though. That's the thing.
What do you mean?
Sweden was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, exactly.
Roll the dice.
And U.S. said no, and they got hit just as hard.
And how many?
If
people,
not harder.
How many people, comparatively, one country to the other, like population, States has way more people. Sweden got fucked up way more per capita. Sweden fucking shit the bed huge, but fucking
It might be Switzerland. Too,
there were. I remember when we were talking about this a few weeks ago and looking into it. There were 2 or 3 world leaders, or like nation leaders, presidents, prime ministers, whatever, of other countries, saying that they're taking an approach and Sweden's taking an approach, and we're not going to fucking know for 12, 18 months whose approach is better. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's fucking...
I mean, yeah, there's death toll, but that's what I'm saying. It should be up to a free will. If you want to go to work, go to work. If you don't want to go to work and want to stay at home, you're not going to get fired because there's a quarantine going on, right? I think I think it should be that. And then whoever dies, man. What the fuck are you going to do?
It's not that simple. It's not that simple at all.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see who fucking swims up on top because, like I said, U.S. was out under quarantine and it didn't help for shit.
They're still out of quarantine.
And it doesn't help for shit, right?
Well, because
look, this shit looks like it came just like the bird flu. Oh, I'm gonna go into conspiracy corner.
Oh shit, Krill's conspiracy corner.
Are we going
it's
too
kicking
far
off
with
early.
Are we going too far with this shit? No. But anyways, the shit sparked up too quick and went away, just like the swine flu, the bird flu, and all that shit. No, we're not. Look, there was an epidemic somewhere in fucking 40s or whatever, or 30s, I don't remember when, and it lasted for 2 years.
You need to at least have facts straight before you present your
what
argument.
Do you mean? Where the fuck is swine flu?
The 30s or 40s or some shit, the bird flu, the swine flu or some shit.
No. Listen.
You're talking about the Spanish flu of the
and that shit went on for fucking 2 years. 2 years, legit. People were fucking, you know what I mean? How long was this?
Shit's fucked up right now. No matter if
the economy is fucked up,
certain countries or certain governments or certain whatever it may be, even if there's some truth to them fucking stretching out this COVID shit, it's a fucking real issue. It's a real fucking problem.
Flu is a real fucking problem too. People die of it. Tons of people die of it every year.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we shut down fucking economies?
It's not the same fucking thing.
Yes, it is. Why
no,
not?
It's not.
How is it not?
Because there's no fucking cure for this yet.
There's a cure for the flu and people are still dying.
It's not the same fucking thing.
It's a little different, but it's not. It didn't kill as many people as the flu does. Did we look that up?
But it's
what?
It's like saying, okay, say the fucking flu just came along, and all these people started dying. Okay?
Yeah.
Would you just be like, oh, well, fucking, it doesn't kill people like fucking world wars do? Right? Like, it's fucking...
No, I'm comparing a similar fucking sickness to this thing.
But the flu's better, like, the common cold flu.
But it has killed...
There's a course of action to cure the flu. Right? There's no course of action.
It says almost all credible research suggests that it is higher than a regular flu, but they don't fucking know yet.
We're not gonna know until at least next spring. That's the scary fucking part. The unknown is the threat.
I don't know, man, but that's what I'm saying. How long did the swine flu last and the bird flu?
But they were a thing at that time too.
What it is? There's a new strain of
SARS was a fucking thing at that time.
Exactly. Where the fuck did all
AIDS
shit?
was a thing at
We
that
still
time.
don't have a vaccine for SARS. I think they've stopped that research because they couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, but there's a course of action to either prevent it or maintain it. Like, with
Okay,
the,
but what I'm saying
with
is,
this
what I'm
shit right
saying is,
now,
look, every election year in U.S., some shit happens. Some sort of
yeah,
fucking
and
swine
every
flu comes out.
non-election year too, I've seen that bullshit fucking theory.
Yeah,
Yes,
that may be bullshit theory, but
it is a
just-
bullshit theory.
just seems like the fucking viruses spark up and disappear very quick. So it's either something's happening while the fucking everybody's sitting at home and fucking talking about COVID. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I've had this discussion with another friend of mine, man. Fucking, I got into bad fucking.
You guys are no longer friends?
No. It's not even that. I was just asking, what do you think is going on? And it could be anything from fucking shifting little men out of business, right? Because all the small private-owned businesses are fucking shutting down. A lot of them do. You know what I mean? So now more corporations taking over businesses too, right? At the same time, there could be some shit going on over the ocean, in the ocean, or over the fucking ice caps that we shouldn't see, and that's why we're fucking sitting at home.
Now the ice caps are involved.
Know about Nazis at fucking Arctic fucking pole?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh no, I don't know much about it, but that wasn't just a joke. But
Oh, okay.
I really and honestly think there's a lot of shit going on in like Arctic fucking areas where the ice caps are and shit. Because even the last guy that tried, Admiral Byrd or whatever, does his book and shit. Like he's a real person, right? He's a real admiral of fucking U.S. Army or whatever. He was the last person to try to fly there to a certain area of Arctic, and he wasn't allowed. They wouldn't let him. There's a whole
Why?
he's got interviews and he's got a book about
Why
it.
wouldn't they let him?
Oh, it's fucked up. I'm not even gonna get into it.
But why?
He was saying there's aliens there. That's his statement.
Okay, so why is he not allowed to fly to this place?
They wouldn't let him.
Why?
Who? The aliens. That's what he said.
The aliens wouldn't let him.
Yes.
The aliens wouldn't
He
let
said
him fly to the Arctic.
Yes, he said not the Arctic, like deep in the Arctic, like pretty much the center of the Arctic,
Okay.
where the poles, you know what I mean, like the top of the bowl.
So how did the aliens prevent him from buying a plane ticket?
Apparently, no, not a plane ticket. He flew his own plane. You
And
can't
they-
buy a plane ticket. What the fuck are
and
you
what-
talking about plane ticket? We're talking about like deep in the icicles, bro. No planes go there.
And they're-
Not even fucking
Yeah, they do.
Nunavut people live there. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Oh, they definitely go there.
Nobody goes there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Nobody goes there. And there was a few people that tried to organize private missions to fly there, and nobody made it. It was something that happened to them all the time. They were either turned around or they were lost or whatever the fuck. Nobody made it.
To where in the Arctic? Because the coolest place
The peak of the pole, right? The peak of the bowl.
Alert.
Hmm?
That's in Nunavut, right? Alert Nunavut?
No. Listen, like the peak.
Yeah,
peak.
because that's
There's nobody
fucking-
there, man. I'm not sure what it is, but
But so fucking he flew his own plane there, and the aliens told him no.
here I'll look it up to make it properly because it sounds like a crazy person says it. But
No, fucking. I'm playing devil's advocate.
yeah.
I've never heard of this, but so like fucking explain it to me. I don't get this. The fucking aliens told him no.
Top of part of the planet, the northern part of the globe, is the Arctic Circle. It's an imaginary geographic line that circles the top part of Canada, Russia, and Greenland, Norway, Sweden, Alaska, and Iceland. Jesus, most of the Arctic is actually frozen ocean. So you know what I mean? It's called an Arctic Circle, where he was trying to get.
Yes.
It's the top, right? And then
Yes.
I'll show you what Admiral Byrd did. Admiral Byrd, why couldn't he fly there?
Speak clearly into the
Oh, yeah,
mic.
sorry.
No, because I'm gonna edit this part out while I'm talking right now. But fucking, I'll bring up images and put them on the fucking YouTube
nice,
video
nice.
while you're talking. So
Byrd claimed that his expeditions had the first to reach both the North Pole and the South Pole by air. His claim to have reached the North Pole is disputed. He is also known for discovering Mount Sidley, the largest dominant volcano. Okay, hold on, that's not it. What he said about in the world. Medal of Honor received. Oh, he was up for a hollow Earth theory. So he was saying that he got to the actual entrance and they told him to leave.
entrance of what?
entrance of the inside of the Earth. He's a hollow Earth fucking.
The entrance of the inside of the
Yes,
Earth.
buddy. Yes. I'm not saying I believe this shit, but you gotta research every fucking angle.
Jiu-jitsu!
Bro, but this guy is not like a fucking. It's not like I would have fucking won a lottery. It's not like I would have won a lottery tomorrow, bought myself a plane and went there. This motherfucker is an actual army. You know what I mean? It's not a.
Used to be nuts.
Yes, but now it seems like I'm fucking making shit up because.
No.
Yeah, see, it is what it is. I remember now. It's a hollow Earth theory. He was, I guess, supporting it or trying to dispute it. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he flew there, and apparently he made it, and they stopped him, and they told him that fucking he can't go any further.
But who stopped him?
It's people that live in the Earth, in the hollow Earth. He's saying there's another world under there. We're just living on a crust like fucking parasites, and there's another world with another sun and another fucking.
Why are we parasites all of a sudden?
We are parasites. So to this planet, we are parasites. What do you mean?
Well, that's true.
We are literally killing this bitch. We're fucking like, look how we're spreading with the lights and shit when you look from the outside of the planet.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
That
humans
looks-
are trash. I've said that for fucking
But that's what
quite
it-
a while
and
now.
that's why I think that the
Humans
fucking,
are fucking garbage.
That's
We're
why-
ruining the entire planet.
That's why I think that the whoever built the pyramids, I really don't think Egyptians built them. I think the Egyptians just occupied them and drew shit on the walls. But what do you call it?
Fucking taggers.
Whoever actually built the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that shit, I think they had figured out a better way of living than we do right now. I think that was one of the civilizations that existed here before.
Living how, as far as...
They were using a natural, fuck, what should I call it? Physics, to create. They were using. I don't know how to explain it, but it seems like they would have had wireless electricity. They would have been a lot further advanced than us.
How would
they
they,
knew-
produce
they knew-
wireless?
Huh?
How would they produce wireless?
I don't know, man. But the
I'll accept I don't know, because I don't even know how wireless works
the way
now.
the way pyramids are built, they look like most of them look like batteries. If you look how to build a homemade battery, it will be very very
How
similar.
the fuck would I ever look
I'm
at
just
the
telling you,
homemade
like I've
battery?
researched this shit. It will be very similar to a pyramid. So pyramids were created in some sort of a. Pyramids were essentially.
Do pyramids have electricity in them?
Pyramids were essentially created to. It was like a battery. Literally, there was a river pumping under it. That's where it would get the motion to collect the fucking
Under all pyramids?
under most of them. And there
They had water under them?
And there might have been water on them. All of them, we don't know because it was so long ago.
Yeah, but that the fucking so like water would run like
You know how-
under
you know how-
almost like a river or a stream or some shit.
Yes, it would have to be motion to create electricity, right? You know,
And they had
how
electricity-
windmills work and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's-
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
of that
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
all of that shit would get stored in the actual pyramid. And pyramids used to be covered in. Was it? I don't remember if it was. If it was covered completely with gold or was marble. But the tip of it, the tip of the pyramid,
Yeah.
like the last triangle there,
Yeah.
was all gold, and then the rest of it was covered in something else. And those things have very good properties of storing electricity and passing electricity. And that's what I'm saying. I think
With that electricity that they produced, so was it for light?
we don't know, right? Like I don't know. This is just a theory. This is the theory that I
Yeah,
like to
okay,
believe.
from what you've read or your theory, whatever the fuck,
Whatever they
wherever
used it
you're
for,
getting
they
these
fucking-
thoughts from,
They somehow built the Sphinx, right? They somehow built the pyramid. So maybe they built the first pyramid and just started fucking
yeah, but the electricity, what was it for? Lights?
building.
I mean, it wasn't for fucking MacBooks, obviously.
It wasn't for ACs either, right?
That-
But
right, that's
we
why
don't
I'm
know what kind
asking
of
you.
climate was there because they're
That's
saying
what I'm
on
saying, like-
Sphinx. On the Sphinx, there's they're saying that there's raindrops, like rain marks on the Sphinx, and there
And
was
what
no,
century are we talking here?
I don't know. What I was trying to get at with this is that I came to believe that there has been more than 1, 2, or 3 civilizations of fucking creatures like us living on here before. And once they reach a certain peak, they either kill themselves and get extinct, or somebody that's bigger and smarter.
Scariest
Just-
fucking thing about that is when you look at the fucking state the world's in right now. It's
That's what
killing
I'm saying.
themselves.
That's what I'm saying. But it looks like almost like we are an experiment. If you consider a fucking ant farm, right? You let ants.
Well, life is an experiment. I
Yeah,
think.
but imagine all of us being an experiment.
We are. All life is
No,
an
but listen,
experiment.
that's what I'm trying to say. Imagine an ant farm, right? You let
Mhm.
ants fuck around in there and build and build and build, but when there's no more room left and they've built all the fucking pathways,
Mm-hmm.
you just shake it.
Mm-hmm.
restart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we get to a certain point where we either gonna destroy the planet or destroy each other at a big level, right, like a nuclear war or something,
Mm-hmm.
somebody from out there, let's say, throws a rock at us, shifts the fucking planet 2-3 degrees, and everything fucking freezes overnight.
See, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying like
Because look,
someone from out there, but ourselves.
no,
like
but
we're the
because
ones that are going to
it's
shake the
been
fucking
proven-
ant
it's-
farm.
It's been proven that asteroids caused at least 2 ice ages.
Yeah, but we're
Right,
fucking the humans are acting like fucking like asteroids are sitting out there in space being like, I can take today off
But that's what
because
I
they're
mean,
gonna
it's-
fuck this
we're
shit
s-
up themselves.
It's like an ant will never understand shit that human does, and human will never be able to fathom the fucking universe. We don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But it seems like it's either something that stops us because or it's just big accidents, right? But then when they start discovering temples and all that shit nowadays
Yeah,
that are dated to hunters and gatherers, there's no fucking way somebody with a fucking spear could have built a fucking 10-foot tall column that's fucking smooth and got carvings into it. You know what I mean? So it's either that is older than what we think, or somebody survived an ice age, kept alive for a century or two, came out, and then these motherfuckers are running around here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what I mean? Like cavemen and hunters and gatherers, and then somebody who survived from the previous civilization somehow crawled out and taught them things. That's Graham's theory. Graham, what's his name?
Cochrane,
Hancock. Graham Hancock.
Sorry.
And it's really starting to make more and more sense.
When you were just mentioning about, you said something about how some people may have lived through an ice age, or survived an ice age.
So imagine fucking Trump right now. If Ice Age happens, there's going to be a bunch of scientists and chosen people that will go in a bunker.
I don't fucking. So, what would ice age be? To sum it up briefly,
Ice Age?
motherfucking place freezes.
Bro, the explanation
Or
that the
floods.
explanation that I came to, it turns into a fucking freezing temperatures within days. We're talking fucking minus 60, 70, shit like you die. You don't survive that shit.
But you've been to Russia before.
That doesn't go to, no, but it's,
Joke,
you
I'm
know what I
just
mean?
fucking with you.
And it's sudden to a point where fucking animals in the ocean will freeze. Like it's that.
Will the
it's that fucking-
will the ocean freeze?
Well, yeah, that's what's happening, right?
The entire bitch? Well,
I
like,
don't know how exactly what. Well,
but
the
like,
Arctic, the Arctic is an ocean, frozen ocean.
well, yeah. But
So
I'm saying,
somehow it freezes, frozen.
like within those days, like our Atlantic, Pacific, like
No, I don't know if the ocean will freeze within days, but everything alive will freeze within days.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Ocean will probably take a little longer.
And
But everything alive on the surface, anyways, will freeze within fucking days. And they were saying it's gonna be hell. Like it would turn into some areas will have a fucking hell heat, and some areas would have fucking super cold, right? And it would just erase everything within days.
just kills all form of life.
Yes, everything.
Plants, trees, people.
Everything. It would be
animals.
literally hell on earth. That's what they were saying. Like temperatures you can't sustain, nowhere to get food. You would be very, very fucked up. So the only way you would survive that is if you have a fucking bunker, stashed with food and reasons to multiply or meanings to multiply.
Let's start fucking digging.
That's what I was thinking too, man. If I
That's
ever,
what you were thinking.
I swear, man. If I ever get money like that, I will fucking have a
We'll
bunker.
get a shovel,
No, I'll get motherfuckers to do it for me.
boxes of craft dinner.
They're gonna build it for me, and then they're gonna get shot, so nobody knows.
Oh fuck! Holy shit!
Do it the KGB way.
But what's not Hitler? The guy who beat Hitler in all-time kills.
Who, Stalin?
Yeah, there you go. Represent
he
your
beat him,
people.
but anyway.
Represent your people.
But you know what I mean? That's the only and another explanation that makes sense. That somebody survived the last, because that's what I'm saying. Mainstream science considers there's three. They admit 3 ice ages, I think. And Graham was saying that there's the 4th or 5th, some shit like that. Like, don't quote me, right? I don't know, but I know he said there was another one, and that would make sense because we go from fucking pyramids with like advanced architecture to hunters and gatherers that built fucking super fucking temples. How does that make sense? Right? And
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't. That's what I mean. The pyramids and all that. The closest I got to understanding anything is that Egyptians never built shit. They just occupied them. They found them. You know what I mean? They were just a bunch of weirdos in the desert fucking
Christopher
around.
Columbus to that shit.
right? But he didn't find no buildings, and they did, right? They were fucking around in the desert. They found these buildings, and they said, "Oh, this is where we stay," right? Because unless aliens were here helping them, there's no way they would have built those fucking pyramids. No way. Even though people saying that they come up with ways to move fucking big
What about Stonehenge?
nobody knows what the fuck that is.
If I'm asking you, what do you think?
That's what I'm telling you. That's why we research on Stonehenge. Nobody knows what the fuck it is.
What do you think? You don't know.
I think it's a temple of some sort.
But how do you think it was
It
put
seems
together?
like that's what I'm saying. From the pyramids to weird shit like Stonehenge, it seems like whoever built them and used them structures knew some sort of way to get energy from not from thin air, but knew how to use physics of the nature. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it
So-
required certain, like maybe it required a number of people
What
to
do you
get there.
take one of those stones, fucking tie it to a fucking horse, to another horse, to another horse, to another horse, and have them drag that motherfucker.
No. Whoever, that's what I'm saying. Whoever was using them and building them things like pyramids, Stonehenge, and all that shit, they knew how to use natural resources in terms of power.
Yeah, but that's
You know what I'm
not-
saying? So it would look like a magic trick to us. Straight up, it would be like people moving. I don't know. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but it would be like people moving stuff with their telekinetic almost.
Yeah, with their mind. Okay.
You understand? It's not with their mind. It's the forces in the nature, right? Because
Yeah,
we're all
telekinesis.
vibrations. We're all molecules, and then you know what I mean.
So why can't you fucking tie some ropes around a fucking camel and around a fucking stone and have the camel fucking drag the fucking stone?
Big stones, man. They were carried from somewhere far away.
So tie it to fucking 5 camels.
That's not the point. It doesn't seem like it was. But then again, it's all theories, right? But people people that we considered living at that time would not be able to do it, man. You can
Why
tie
not?
fucking. You can. Well, okay, you're gonna kill fucking 300 camels and 400 slaves. Get one stone there, and then gonna think, fuck this shit. I'd rather go do some agriculture or some other shit.
Agriculture where? You think there's a lot of options going on back then? You
Well,
can
they gotta
apply
eat
for
some-
OSAP?
They gotta eat something. Agriculture is just starting growing shit. Use the slaves for growing shit. And use
Yeah,
the
but
camels.
that's what I mean. You fucking...
Why the fuck would be the purpose of dragging them big stones and putting them there? If it was the people that we think that did it at that time, they had no use for it because we know at least we think we know the history of hunters and gatherers and cavemen and all that shit. So there would be no fucking point for cavemen and hunters and gatherers and all these motherfuckers to be assembling Stonehenge. Why? What the fuck would they do with it? Whoever put them fucking things together was using natural resources. That's what I'm saying. And the pyramids are
natural resources or animals.
no like.
I guess it's
Like wind, like fucking, I don't know how to explain it.
You think the wind blew the stones there?
No. There's
Strong gust of wind?
There's energy in light. There's energy in sound. Everything is energy. Everything's vibrating.
Yeah.
Everything's vibrating molecules, right?
Mhm.
So I'm thinking they figured out a way how to get energy out of thin air, straight up. And maybe it required a few people to get together and do a certain thing, and that's why it looks like there were fucking magicians and fucking warlocks and shit. Because they wore robes, they got together, and they made magic happen. Maybe it was only certain chosen people that could do it.
I think it's just fucking ropes.
Oh man,
Camels, horses.
no way. I'm telling you, after you build one or two, after you drag a stone or two, after you lose so many people, so many animals, so much energy, so much time, why the fuck would you want to keep going? What would be the purpose of that?
You got
Why
money.
is it then none of the fucking mentioned anywhere? And no historian. And then again, there's so much shit in Vatican Library that we don't know. And you have to be pretty much the fucking president of fucking the world to be able to fucking read anything. Well, it is, man. They don't let anybody in there.
Yeah, I don't Vatican. It's very hard.
Apparently,
I'm not-
there's another fucking. There's another chapter of Bible. There could be so many fucking.
I haven't
things.
read the first fucking chapter, so
Yeah, but apparently that chapter kind of explains it all, because
explains what?
explains the Bible, finishes it all, because Bible is a bunch of stories to describe the chronological movement of stars. How about that?
Oh.
Right?
What?
Because look, if you follow the Bible and Jesus and all that shit, the sun goes around for so long, then it stops for 3 days and it starts going the other way. And it's what in a year it happens. The sun goes.
I don't
sun goes
know
one
the
way.
Bible, so
Fuck a Bible. Listen.
So the
in
sun
nature,
goes-
in nature, sun goes one way,
No.
stops for 3 days in December, I think, or whatever the fuck, and then starts going back. So that's when that's when the sun, our God, died and was resurrected 3 days later. And a lot of things from the Bible tie into stars. Like,
Well, that's how
I don't remember the examples right now,
time-
but I know I've looked into
time
it.
zones.
Not
All
only
that
time
shit
zones,
is-
yeah, but the constellations, everything.
Yeah, but isn't that
what I'm saying
built
is
off the Bible and
What?
fucking
what is
time?
I don't know if time is built off Bible, but what do you mean? Like time where it recorded history?
Like, the time of the day. The
Oh,
sun,
I'm not sure- I'm
the
not
fucking earth, the rotation,
I'm not sure
all
how the
that
time started,
fucking
but
shit.
I'm sure that the years. I'm pretty sure that the years
or
started
years,
with the Bible.
whatever the fuck. Like,
Years started with the Bible. It's before Christ and after Christ, but then the Bible was written like 300 years later that Christ existed. And I think if Christ existed, he was
and
just a
that
very
shit you're
good
saying
conman.
with the sun,
Yeah, that's a movement of the sun in a year.
and it's on Christmas.
It's on Christmas that it stops for 3 days. And
So yeah, so time is fucking.
whatever it is, it was not meant to be whatever the fuck we took it as.
Oh, I'm not trying to educate you. I'm asking you right
No,
now.
what I'm trying to say is that apparently the last chapter of the Bible that's locked up in the fucking Vatican explains it all, saying that this is that and this is that.
So why is it locked up in the Vatican?
Because it's population control. Well, not population control, people control.
Intelligence control? Fucking
Because if you
whatever.
let people know that this is what it is, and there is, you know what I mean, there's no God in our understanding that we've been fed, it's going to be chaos, bro.
What
you know
if
what's going to happen if tomorrow they're going to show a gray on TV or some shit, like an alien gray? All of the religious people are fucked now, because everything they believed in is bullshit. Right? Or what are
Hate
they
to
going to
tell
say?
you guys,
who,
but-
who created that alien gray?
See, I don't shit on anyone for having faith in any religion.
Cool. I wish I could get into it, because life would be easier.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had faith in not necessarily religion. I can find some sort of spiritual connection in martial arts and even in music to some
I
extent.
want to find spiritual connection in mushrooms and forest.
Well, that's a different topic.
Yeah,
That's another episode. But so I don't shit on anyone for having that. I get it. Like, fucking, it's something to believe in. You have faith in it. It gives you a better quality of life. Cool. But, like, fucking, I wish I could see the second chapter of the fucking Bible from the Vatican so I knew what was true and what was not. Let me tell you something.
I want to see that. I don't know if it exists, right? But I want to see it, or I want it to come out just for the purpose of knowing what the fuck are we doing here. Because nothing makes sense.
What do you mean?
It doesn't make sense.
But if you don't...
Our existence doesn't make sense.
Do you believe in the Bible to begin with? Do you think
Fuck
that is
no.
our existence?
No, but it's,
So why
it's
do you
one of
wanna
the
see it?
It's one of the oldest books ever, and there's a lot about our cycle of life, our year calendar, our stars, our fucking sun movement. So if this last chapter explains how to understand the fucking text properly, maybe you know what I mean? Maybe it's a coded text and you have to read every third word, or you have to do a certain thing for you to understand it properly. Because why would they create stories to explain movement of stars?
Why not?
To let kids learn it easier? And who the fuck was knowing that much about the star movements at that point?
So
They had astronomers back then?
So you think it was Jesus?
No, I think if Jesus existed, he was a con man. I think that book is just not understood properly.
I think
And our conception of God is very wrong.
God or Jesus?
Both. Because
Well,
look, there's people that go to Bible thump and go to churches, right? And I don't know what the fuck is going through their head, but at the same time, I have a grandmother that's 80 years old. She prays twice a day, never goes to church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something, but I don't know. She gets upset with me when I tell her I don't believe, but I can't fucking come to this fucking, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just can't. Because it would be so much easier to think of, to accept the concept of death.
You don't accept death?
No, I do, but I can't picture it.
Well, why should you picture it?
Well, because I think, therefore I exist, right? If you don't think, you don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary. I can't picture not existing. It's a scary fucking part. I know it's going to happen eventually, and you know what I mean? Boo, boo, boo. But
I don't think
what I'm saying is, if I had religion, I'd be looking forward as like, fuck it, it's just a switch. I wouldn't be looking for it. It's
God
like,
will
oh,
wash
fuck,
your
this is the end.
God will wash your soul and
Whatever it is, man, even if it's hell, I still want to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking.
And that's a very fucking, you know what I mean? It's,
I'm with you there. That's
that's what religion would be good for an individual, but for all of us.
But if you're not
all of
buying
us-
into it 100%,
You can't. I don't know. For you to buy into it 100%, you have to be a fucking just like you have to be not okay.
Yeah. You have to just fuck.
Or you have to be like my grandmother, who's getting close to the edge. You know what I mean? And that because you're getting close to that point where you're gonna stop thinking, therefore existing.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna start believing whatever the fuck it is out there just to make yourself feel better, right?
Here, gangsters get religious and they start bleeding.
Yeah.
It's a way to make peace with death.
But that's what I'm saying. And the way it's being presented and the way religion's being presented to us, any religion, it is mind control. It is people control, right?
That's what it's turned into, for sure. It's
100%.
turned into
It is 100%
a mind control.
And then again,
it basically like get them on our side, get them in our group.
Pretty much.
That's what it's turned into.
And then biggest wars and biggest arguments were always about women and religion, more religion, and what do you call it?
Oh yeah, wars start over religion.
Crusades and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But what was it saying? It seems like somebody who wrote the Bible or uses the Bible. You know what I mean? They got some sort of knowledge from the civilizations that were here before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to recreate what they were doing by collecting people in one area, making them pray or making them do something to recreate that energy.
Yeah.
But they didn't get it right. Or that last chapter of the Bible explains how to do it right, and these motherfuckers do it at Bohemian Grove and everywhere else. You ever heard of Bohemian Grove?
What about people who are not? No.
Bohemian Grove apparently is where Alex Jones got in, hopping the fence, and people like fucking like big bankers, presidents of countries. Bush was there, Clinton was there. It's a private resort somewhere in California.
Epstein's Island?
Something like that, but it's in California. It's Epstein Island Light. You know what I mean? And apparently there was world leaders in robes pretending like they're sacrificing a baby to a big owl.
The fuck?
Straight up. There's a video of it on fucking internet. But that's what I'm saying. They seem to be doing this weird shit. But maybe they know something, and it does something. Maybe that's why they're powerful, because they have been doing this weird shit. Because they know
or they take advantage of people who are into this stuff.
No. These are very fucking smart people, man. I'm talking about like Bill Clinton, Bush Senior, fucking bankers of Wall Street, like smart, intelligent people going there and doing these rituals. Why? They must know it works.
Well, it's like people do ayahuasca who are super successful and stuff.
What's ayahuasca? I don't know what it is.
Ayahuasca, it's like a DMT experience.
Oh yeah,
like,
the
like
Beatles
Rogan
apparently
doing
wrote their
that
best album
and,
after fucking acid, right? They went to India, pop acid, came back and wrote their best album.
Acid was a nice drug back in the day.
Oh
And
yeah, see, these motherfuckers seem to be doing certain things at certain points in a certain way, almost like rituals, which are rituals, like Masons do. Masons do all kinds of fucking weird rituals, openly.
Yeah.
Openly, it's a Mason church. At least, unless
I went to college with a fucking a Muslim dude. He used to take his fucking prayer mat out and go in the bathroom and lock the door every day.
Yeah,
at
but
the
that's
same time.
different. See,
It's a ritual, though, right?
It's a general.
Like,
It is, but it's general. I guess it's general religion. It's something.
no one knocked him for it either.
No. It's not. But I'm trying not to knock.
Yeah,
nothing.
I know.
I'm saying there's general religion and there's something they know. There's certain rituals or whatever the fuck that they do, because there has to be it has to do something with raping little boys, maybe, you know what I mean? It has to do something with kids suffering. It creates certain energy that they feed on or use for something, you know what I mean? Because why would they be doing it? It makes no sense. Just like building the fucking
and it's power. That's another big thing too, because
why dress up in robes and do all this bullshit?
Because you're a fucking lunatic.
No, man, it looks like a fucking ritual. You know what I mean? It looks like a chain of.
And you're fucking little boys.
Because that creates. Imagine raping a little boy. That's like the fucking that's pretty close to ultimate sin. That will create a lot of.
Does it get any more ultimate?
Well, you could rape a fucking, I don't know. You could rape a pregnant woman and kill her. I don't know what the fuck. Or newborn.
Fucking. I guess there's no degrees to rape. You rape. You see, fucking.
Anyways, it creates a lot
scum.
It creates a lot of energy, right? Bad energy. I don't know if they need good energy, bad energy, but it seems like it creates that energy that they need, and
that's fucked up energy.
And that's what I'm saying.
I think it's.
They know. They seem to see it. It's all theory, right? It's just something I think about, but it seems like they know certain. They don't know everything, but they know a lot more than us about how to get to certain things, and they don't want to release it, because if everybody's gonna start getting to it and understanding it, we're sooner or later gonna say fuck the combustion engines and fuck this shit, and you know what I mean? And the economy will fail. That's why they say that you know what the Mennonites say that technology is evil?
Yeah.
We don't need technology. We should be able to achieve all of this without it, is what I'm thinking.
Well, back to Stonehenge.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's proven you don't need technology to do things. But
Yeah, but I'm talking
technology
about,
makes things a lot easier.
Entertaining and like, you know what I mean? Your Tinder could be just a fucking meditating session for 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Imagine that shit.
Go tell that to like
you sit down in your lotus pose.
19 million people on Tinder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You sit down in your lotus pose and you get to contact all the bitches within 50-mile radius. You know what I mean? People should be able to connect without the fucking cell phone, and I'm even thinking that things like moving around and shit was different too. You know what I mean? I'm thinking we were able to almost teleport. Like it was very different. We were able to almost teleport, something like that, something very similar.
Hell no.
We move very fast, but
in video games,
there's no fucking. What do you mean? I'm talking like we're talking hypothetical here. We're talking about a theory, right? They've used Anyways, bottom line, they've used something we don't know. And if we would have fucking had at least a preview of what the fuck they used to build pyramids and Stonehenge, it would look like magic. We wouldn't know what the fuck is going on.
Unless it was camels dragging stones.
It wasn't. There's no way. Bro, there's stone pieces that are laid on top of each other with such a precision that you can't fucking stick a credit card between them. And there's no mortar, no fucking, what do you call it? No mix to hold them together. They're just piled on top of each other. You want to tell me fucking 40,000 slaves were sitting there with chisels?
Why not?
And they got every stone exactly the same.
Fuck else they got to do?
No, bro.
They're slaves.
It's impossible. Draw 10 squares on a piece of paper. You won't be able to make them same.
I can't draw a fucking straight line.
Get somebody else. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You will not be able to. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, and also there's like I've seen PhDs from different universities and shit give lectures on this, and one of them actually went there and cut out from his lecture. Like he would be talking shit, and then cut out would be to a site somewhere in Egypt or somewhere in Iran and all that shit. And he was literally showing the shavings on a rock that would not be created by anything else but a blade.
Yeah, but was that his angle going there to prove this?
He was going there to fucking just research shit.
See, that's the biggest problem when people fucking...
When PhDs go, trust me, they know their way of thinking and critical thinking and all kinds of shit.
They have their way of thinking. So they're like, oh, I fucking... Look, I proved it, look.
No,
because they want to prove their theory. If you I'm not saying this guy specifically.
I don't remember his name. But Graham is fucking with him. But even if you wanted to prove it or disprove it, what he found is shavings on a big rock that looked like they were made by a blade like fucking 24 inches wide. It looks like it was made by machining. You understand what I'm saying? So they had something to carve the stones like that and move them.
That's still not fucking.
Because look, any technology we have right now, unless it's stacked out of stone, or any technology, any architecture, any fucking computers, any speakers, any fucking anything, from buildings to fucking literally mouse on a computer, everything. If Ice Age happens and everything just stays for fucking couple centuries or a couple thousand years, there will be nothing left unless it's something like pyramids or Stonehenge. So even if they did have machines to fucking do the shit, they would literally dissolve in time. Maybe they did figure out that the only thing that will stay is those fucking rocks.
What are your thoughts on volcanoes?
They're zits.
Because apparently Yosemite is that motherfucker.
Oh, if that shit pops, we're done. We're fucking done. There's nowhere to run.
Pop?
I hope not.
But do you think?
It might. They keep saying that it will. Animals keep shifting around because the fucking lava keeps moving or whatever the fuck. It burped not too long ago or something, right? Something like that. It was a little, I don't remember what it was, a little earthquake or something like that. It had a little hiccup.
Spit a little hot fire.
Oh, fuck, bro.
You
know what's the worst thing? If that shit pops, we will die of ash, so we'll choke.
Here where we live right now?
Because the lava won't reach us.
How long do you think it'll take?
For us to choke?
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on how good can you fucking hide and all that shit, right? Where you find a fucking oxygen fucking tank, I don't know.
If that fucking zit just fucking pops.
Oh, we're fucked. Only the rich will be able to. Maybe a few rich will be able to fucking bust out on their private jets.
Will it affect other continents, do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But not. I don't think the death rate will be as much as this. North America will die.
All of Canada?
Pretty much.
Even
As far
Newfoundland?
as I understand it, bro, North America, even South America, like it's a big zit.
Alaska?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but there was the radius of this thing isn't
Do we
like,
need to move to the fucking
bro. You need to fucking
Whitehorse?
pretty much, and I'm pretty sure. I remember looking into it, and I was pretty sure that National Park ever had another massive eruption. It could spew ash for thousands of miles across the United States, damaging buildings. In fact, it's even possible that Yellowstone might never have an eruption.
Oh, Yellowstone, not Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite is it's a park.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How far ash will spread of Yellowstone? For starters, the eruption could emit ash that would expand over 500 miles.
500 miles? I mean, shit.
From what I understood, North America is fucked.
I ate my lunch in my backyard that day. That's what I've always understood, too. If that motherfucker blows, North America's done, and most of the world's going to get fucked up or feel something. But I don't dig that deep into these fucking conspiracy
That's what I mean. I was
theories the way you
researching it,
do.
and it was definitely more than 500 miles. What the fuck is 500 miles? Florida's 16,000 miles away, right?
Well, move it to Florida?
Well, 100,000 years to go, but this is, I don't know what the fuck. How many would die if Yellowstone erupted? 90,000 people immediately. There's 1,000 miles, so 1,600 kilometers will be covered in ash. Where is it? So it will hit us.
It's in California.
Florida's 16,000 miles or kilometers away.
It wouldn't touch us.
Let's get directions to this motherfucker.
Oh, we're getting directions now.
Well, we'll see. We're gonna fucking estimate. this
As
now.
long as Google Maps fucking...
Right. Well, maybe we'll have time. You know what I mean? We'll fuck
Yeah.
up the Newfoundland or something.
That's exactly where we're going.
Yellowstone from my location, 57 minutes. What?
Oh, shit. We're getting
Same.
covered in ashes.
Mississauga. No, what the fuck? Yellowstone, Queensway. Fuck out of here. Yellowstone National Park. There we go. It is 2,805 kilometers away. And that will cover 1,600, they said. But that's what they're anticipating, right? So it will hit us. We'll have some casualties. But if you fuck off in time and get on that pedal boat,
Would a volcano eruption like that...
I don't know shit about volcanoes, bro. What do you think?
they're not part of the
It's
conspiracy corner?
Conspiracy? No, there's nothing.
Oh,
There's no conspiracy about volcanoes. They're just natural.
they just get angry from
We
time
pretty
to
much,
time?
yeah, we pretty much explained volcanoes. There's no conspiracy there. It's just bullshit on the ground. It gets fucking spewed every here and there.
Are we on the moon yet?
I don't think anybody been on the moon, except for drones nowadays.
You think drones have been up there?
I think there's drones on the moon, yes, but I don't think anybody alive actually stepped on the moon. Maybe a cat and a dog or some shit.
Who killed JFK?
CIA.
Holy fuck, zero hesitation.
Fuck you mean? Why would there be a hesitation? Oh, you were telling me that fucking Reddit had a whole bunch, all kinds of files about fucking Vegas shooting being done by FBI,
No, WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks or whatever. Yeah. See, and it's finally something like that comes out, and I'm like, see, I told you, motherfuckers. Because every event like that, you know what I mean? Nothing at that level happens for no reason. You know what I mean? Like JFK shooting, this motherfucker shooting a bunch of people. It would not be for no reason. There was a reason for something, right? And apparently we found out they killed some Saudi prince or some Saudi prince or something,
yeah.
right?
That's the
That's
story
what I'm
anyway.
saying. There's got to be a reason for this COVID shit to happen. Something's happening. Maybe
Yeah.
they're moving fucking flying sources over the fucking, you know what I mean, from one stage to another. Or maybe they're getting ready for another restart. Because
What
the
about
shit...
Area 51?
Bro, look, okay, we'll get into that first, but this is another thing. With the COVID shit, right? They packed everybody away, stashed everybody away. Maybe they're getting ready for another restart. And maybe a chosen few actually know that it's about to happen, so they're getting ready for it.
Ready for what?
Another restart, another ice age, another boom. And all this, you know what I mean? All this, they get in intelligence, they get in technology, they get in together while we're all fucking sitting at home. It's just easier that way if nobody's moving around the oceans and, you know what I mean? Nobody's flying over. Maybe these machines are huge. Maybe that's what I'm saying. There could be fucking so many things, but I do not believe that this quarantine was created just because of COVID, and there's the only reason. I mean, it's definitely a reason, but it's not the only reason. I don't see it being. I don't see anything happening at that level.
So the way it affected the world.
The way it affected the world, if you look at it from the fucking...
Who would be the orchestrators?
People,
that could fucking get away with this scot-free.
People who run the world, people that don't separate countries, that look at the globe as a whole.
Well, who are they?
I don't know, man. People like Rockefellers, Rothschilds. There might be people even over them, right? But you know what I'm saying? People that people that look at the fucking Earth as a job site, as a fucking table of experiments, whatever it is, and they don't give a fuck if it's China or US or whatever it is. They say we started at this area, see what happens, we fucking transform it over here.
What benefit do they get?
That's what I'm saying. It's either to, like, a lot of shit happened, right? A lot of old people died off, sick people died off. Also, a lot of small businesses are shutting down, so the corporations are taking over a lot of businesses. So this is the total control. If you buy out all the businesses and control all the industries,
who's buying the chainsaw in Waterloo?
Oh, it's just getting shut down. They don't give a fuck about it. But but they also don't want it to grow and be independent. They want everybody. If you gotta feed your motherfuckers. If you don't feed them, they're a threat, right? And maybe they're thinking people are getting too free, so they gotta put them back in a fucking headlock. Because apparently, I'm not too sure about this. I gotta look into it. But apparently, a lot of Chinese billionaires bought a lot of businesses around the world. A lot,
and a lot of stocks too.
See,
a lot of stocks.
That goes towards one world government, one more fucking.
So, where people say that fucking,
and if that shit happens,
America started this and Trump was behind it and everything else.
I think
how
it's
the
the
fuck
people
does that help him?
I think it's the people that run the world, where Trump is cute. You know what I mean?
The president of the United States,
because
in almost any term, has been considered fucking cute. Like Bush,
considered what? Sorry,
cute, like you just said.
No, I'm talking cute to people that are fucking like, you know what
cute.
I mean?
Like, haha, he's like Donald Trump. Your money's cute.
Exactly,
like,
that's exactly
shit.
what I'm saying. Because look at the
Bush, fucking like that 9/11 shit. Obviously, some behind the scenes work went
Bush
down there.
Jr. Yeah, for sure, he's a.
But the and like people are like, when people first like Bush is behind it, he's too fucking stupid to be behind any of that shit,
no. He's not,
right?
I mean,
so
he's not
it's like.
He's not a dumbass,
cute.
but
you're cute, right? It's
and that's exactly what I'm saying. These people don't separate.
Clinton was another one.
Because look what happened to Obama. Look what happened to fucking Trump. Obama was screaming that we're gonna stop the war. We're gonna get our soldiers. We're gonna get our troops out of there, right?
Yeah.
He stepped into the office. You know that Obama was the only U.S. president that spent every day of his term at war.
Oh, really?
Look it up.
Wow.
And he was the one that he was the one that was talking all this shit, right? And you know what happened? He maybe even wanted to do all that shit, like pull the troops out.
Yeah.
But when he came into the Oval Office, somebody from behind him put the hand on his shoulder and said, "Listen, boy, this is what's going to happen now. And if you don't like it, you might fucking JFK out of here."
Yep.
Right? Same with Trump. He was talking all this shit. He was going to do a lot of things, but they told him, "Listen, buddy.
Yep.
You can be a clown all you want. You can do certain things, but..." No.
With any president, I think that's the thing.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people.
Sit down, man. Like,
I don't think a lot of people are controlling Putin or nothing. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking American presidents.
Yeah, but
I'm not talking Putin.
I'm thinking
Putin fucking he kills people for breakfast.
I'm thinking because the reason they are all against Russia so much is because they can't get them to participate.
But didn't fucking Russia? The conspiracy theory is Russia helped Trump win the election.
That's what they say, man. But fucking how?
I don't fucking know. That's why I've never even looked into it. Because to me,
Computer
it sounds like
hackers rigged the
fucking
fucking
nonsense.
election. I don't know, man. Like, I would expect U.S. to have up to par fucking computer fucking engineers, software
Fucking
engineers, whatever the fuck they are, right? I think there would be some sort of a proof of attempted attacks or an actual attack. Or you want to tell me that Russia is that much advanced the states that they fucking got into their shit, switched it up.
But the thing is, like, they assisted.
How would they assist?
Or
the only way they assisted is because fucking Putin said that he's not really down with Hillary and he likes Trump. He openly publicly
is that
said,
what the conspiracy theory is? That,
he
like,
openly said that.
He
said I like that guy. I think he's gonna do great things for America.
But the conspiracy theory is the assistance in Trump getting in. Trump was not in on it.
I don't know about that. Maybe
I don't. Like I said, I've heard of
even if that was, it was done for a better purpose. Because if Hillary would have been the president, it would have been a world war. For sure.
Would it ever have been?
100%.
Canada might be under attack.
No, but Russia and U.S. would have went at it for sure,
Yeah.
100%. You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
not fucking good
Pe-
for
don't-
anyone.
The only no shit. It'd
No,
be just fucking,
that's not going to help. Like if Russia and U.S. went at it, it would be fucking.
it would be fucked because
It would
Britain
be not
gets
good for anyone in the entire world.
no, and yeah. So the only way I see that Putin helped Trump is that he openly said that he likes him and he wishes that he's going to be a president.
Yeah, no, but
So
something
that trust me, that
fucking
changed the
liberals.
opinion of a lot of people. Putin saying that, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And that was a step.
Well,
That was a step to fucking bring them closer together, to start working together again, normally. You know what I mean? And what happened after that? Now Trump is talking shit about Russia again, and there's tensions because he came into the office and they told him, "Boy, calm the fuck down. And this is what's gonna happen, or you're gonna JFK out of here." Because how do you go from fucking? How do you go from? How do you go?
Yeah.
Like if you're Trump, right?
Yeah.
How do you go from having Putin's support in terms of, I like this guy, I think he's going to be a great president, to becoming a president and then having tensions with him?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying?
The fucking trade agreement with China, I think, is also what caused stress on their relationship.
Yes, but
Because Trump was like, fucking,
for support,
we're charging tariffs on steel and fucking this and that. And like, he was going out of his fucking mind. And as someone who works in.
for the support and cosign that he got, though, they should have been able to work something out. You know what I mean? It's like if you come into a game and fucking to the game and somebody who's not affiliated with you at all, let's say you're fucking, I don't even know what to compare.
You're Trump. You're not.
No, but somebody who's not affiliated with you at all. Like, let's say you come in and you're fucking,
Well, I mean, on a political level.
and you're fucking, let's say you're Nas, right? And at that time Dre was popping over there, and Dre would be like, "Yo, I really like Nas. I think he's gonna do great things."
Mhm.
Why the fuck would you become something as Nas and start dissing Dre?
Yeah.
How the fuck would that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned before too about the fucking. We're saying like, look at a Trump or a Bush Jr. and be like, like,
Well, Trump and Bush Jr. are very different.
You're cute, right? Like you're cute. Do you think that?
I think Trump is a lot
Putin-
smarter.
Do you think Putin will be considered the same from these people that you fucking think?
No, I think I don't see. I don't know because I really think that there are people that are. I really think that there are people that are a lot more powerful than Putin and Trump. People that control oils and control. That's what I'm saying. They look at the whole planet. They don't look. They don't give a fuck what country it is. To them, it's regions. They think Africa is hot. You know what I mean? Fucking Canada is cold. To them, it's just regions.
I remember seeing something. That's what I was saying before too.
Let's say to them it's just continents. So let's say there's a couple of families that run.
It's just areas.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
let's-
geography class. You
let's
call
say-
them a pencil
Let's say
crayon.
there's a couple of families that runs North America, a couple of families that runs Europe. You know what I mean? Which is very possible from British Empire and,
Oh,
and Russian
fuck yeah.
Russian Empire and all of that shit, right? So there might be still separations, but they're a lot smaller than. So what I was trying to say, if there's still separations between these people that control the world, right? But they would be in continents, right? So certain families run North America, certain families run Europe, certain families run China. But it's not the people that you see on the screen, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Right? And they control people not in terms that they come in and say, not like I said, like fucking, that would be an extreme example.
Yeah,
But they say, like, look, we're going to cut off your fucking oil, or we're going to cut off your wood supply, or we're going to cut, you know what I mean? They literally will fuck with your economy. And if you don't want to get down, they fucking send America to liberate you and bring democracy. Right? Look what they did to fucking middle. Anyways.
That's something that you actually have touched on, me and you talking off air. What you see, the trend you see going on in the States right now, is kind of like what they were doing
It's
to
exactly the same scenario.
other
man.
countries.
It's exactly the same fucking scenario.
It's-
It almost seems like somebody fucking, like, you know what I mean? Vietnam, India, and
that
fucking...
Antifa shit is apparently what people are saying is the cause of these problems. I don't fucking know.
Who funds them? Where the fuck do they get money?
I don't
right?
know, man. Apparently, they can't even be identified.
You can't. How are they going to be identified?
I don't know.
How do you identify Hells Angels? You might find a couple members, but...
Oh, fucking. Well, I mean, if they have their fucking patches on and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
But apparently, Antifa doesn't have any sort of symbol, any sort of uniform.
I guess it's like a hidden fucking club, right? But fucking...
But apparently, what it is, from what I've looked into,
They were
a bunch of small little bullshit groups that unite, but don't acknowledge that they unite.
So
And
it's
they
an
just
underground. See, do you know what that
cause
is? That's a
issues.
partisan fucking regiment.
Trump is trying to fucking have them listed as a terrorist group.
Sure. Who are you gonna list?
That's exactly it, right?
That's
We're
what I'm
not.
saying. That's a very good idea of a fucking for a terrorist group.
But it's fucking stupid.
What?
They're-
Antifa? For what
Yeah.
they're doing? For their
For what they're
agenda.
doing in the States, anyways. At
For
least it's-
them, their agenda, they're doing great.
yeah, they're winning on their scoreboard.
But
But on
what I'm saying is, was it Antifa? Antifa was mixed in there somehow. All this race shit popped up, right? This is exactly what states did to everybody else, right? They found they went to a country that didn't obey or didn't want to do the deal or whatever the fuck it was. They found an extremist radical fucking group, right? Very far left. They gave them money. They trained them. And they said, go get them, guys. Your government is fucked. We agree with you. You know what I mean? And they caused revolutions. So this is exactly what's happening to them. Because, I mean, yeah, finally people fed up with fucking black people being fucking pressed by the police so much and all that. But it's been going on for so long.
oh fuck.
Why does the time and like it happens now during COVID and all that shit, right?
Well,
So look,
what sparked it was that fucking
China,
that
if you-
murderer caught.
yeah.
Right.
But there was a lot more before him though, right?
Oh yeah.
From
But I
Travis-
mean, what sparked it this time? Yeah, Trayvon. And,
Trayvon, yeah.
Eric Garner.
See, like if you look at it from a really fucked up perspective, when you look at China, trying to say China started all this shit, they developed the virus, sent it to states, ruined the fucking economy, and then stir the shit up on the race fucking wave. You know what I mean? And
I could go that far. I could.
I could.
I know you
I
can.
could.
That's
Because fucking-
the conspiracy
because
mind that looks at things
The shit
from
is
a
so
different
fucked.
angle.
You don't even understand. They preset things from centuries ago. They passed this knowledge down to the next generation, and you know what I'm saying. They preset events to fuck with people, to make them believe or disbelieve or follow a certain way.
You've heard about crisis actors, I assume.
Crisis actors.
Yeah,
Isn't there a movie or some shit?
it may be, but that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure. Crisis actors are them.
People that are hired to show up.
Oh
to,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them
Do
were.
you believe that's a thing?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
I don't even believe it's a thing. It's a fucking fact.
Yeah, I lean more towards believing it's a thing.
Bro, it's not a thing. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Bona fide, bro. 100%. And a lot of the, just like the shit with Vegas came out, right?
Mm.
A lot of these attacks, they are performed by crazy people or weak-minded people or people that just got fucked with by professionals.
Mhm.
But the reason for it and the way it's being done, like, you know what I mean? It's being done by somebody else is what I'm saying, right? Like they had JFK shot and they planted on this guy that was fucking fucked in the head or whatever,
yeah,
right?
Leave Harris, all Jack Ruby,
Then
all that
the
shit.
Saudi prince gets fucking erased, right? And they blame it on this dude that was shooting out the window. Somebody had to press that motherfucker and make him shoot people.
Yeah.
Or was there a soldier in there shooting people and then they blamed it on him?
Apparently, it was soldier.
Apparently there was multiple people that are shooting, right?
That's another theory.
See what I'm saying? This shit is so fucked up and everybody sees it and
It's
nobody does nothing until this shit happened in States and they started setting shit on fire. But the way to set shit on fire is not the way you go against government. You don't burn fucking your neighbor's businesses.
that's where that Antifa shit is apparently comes into play, because the '92 riots in Los
Bro,
Angeles
Until recently, I thought that Tupac kind of sort of caused it.
No. No. The 92 riots in LA, the climate of racial tensions was very high at that time. And then the cops beat the fuck out of Rodney King, and somebody got it on video. And the cops got off, or maybe some of them got very minor charges and the rest got off. But, I mean, nobody got any serious fucking jail time. And black people in L.A. went to
Lost their
fucking
shit, eh?
town. But the fucked up
Rightfully so,
thing
though.
is, there's a huge Korean population in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And the rioters were burning Korean businesses for the most part, and looting Korean businesses for the most part. And there were obviously a bunch of black-owned businesses getting hit, but small businesses, independent businesses that were owned by black people, they started putting signs in the windows that said black owned, and the rioters would just move on and loot
So
a Korean
what the fuck
person.
did Koreans do to them?
Nothing.
Why were they going against Koreans then?
No,
See,
they didn't. But they it was just, this is what's fucking going on, right?
See that again.
So this whole shit, like, I think from those LA riots, that whole don't burn your neighbor's shit down.
yeah, makes no sense.
Exactly. And
Why would you ruin your own fucking city?
Exactly. And black people nationwide in the States, like I said, this is 92. The ones that did it, that looted, whether it be a black owned store or a Korean owned store or caused damage to whatever, it was like a learning lesson. You know, next time we fucking rally and riot, if it does get that fucking crazy, let's not burn our fucking neighbor's store down. Let's not loot our fucking neighbor, right? And this BLM movement that's going on now,
Yeah.
this is where people are saying Antifa is coming in. It's fucking white people fucking covering their fucking skin and shit, pretending that they're BLM, and they're burning down the fucking...
Why would they do it, though? Why would white people do the same shit to their neighbors?
They're not. They're doing it to make it look
To make
like...
black people look bad. So what is the point here? For the army to come in and start shooting black people?
Create, more race tension, create more problems between the government and the people.
See, I can see that
Like-
being very possible because I don't know about Antifa, because Antifa might have ended up there for a second by accident. You know what I mean? And some of the CIA guys were like, "Oh,
Apparently they were putting fucking skids of bricks at fucking rally points and letting it out to their people. Like they were having delivered. So
yeah. That sounds exactly
And-
what like the shit that happened in Ukraine.
Yeah, and
exactly like the shit that
And
happened
we're
in
like,
Ukraine.
Black Lives Matter movement, they're not
And that's what
about
I'm
that
saying.
shit. They're just
Antifa-
like, stop
Antifa-
killing us.
I don't know shit about Antifa, but I'm saying it could have just appeared there for a second, and the people that are creating it, be like, oh, that's a good fucking thing to pin it on. You know what I mean? Because the shit that goes down right now, it seems like it's a trained exercise. It's not, you know what I mean? Antifa, that organized, then Antifa's ran by fucking military people.
It's like a worldwide, global, like...
Okay, but they're they're military based then. They're very trained and organized. Where the fuck do they train? Where nobody knows about no camps of Antifa training. They know fucking they know of Al Qaeda training camps, but they don't know of fucking Antifa training camps.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like fucking, you think fucking people in fucking Compton, we were talking about earlier, okay? As far as I know, Compton hasn't been fucking gentrified, right? Or like Calliope projects down in fucking New Orleans or some shit, right? You think that they can orchestrate fucking skid loads of bricks being dropped off somewhere and nobody says a fucking thing? Not a fucking chance, right? Like that, and they're the ones, right? Like out there that trying to
There has to
bring attention to BLM, and it's
there has to be funding. There has to be an organized fucking military fucking based
that's
exercise.
what I'm saying, right? Like it's not fucking. You can't be from the fucking.
And that's
slums.
what I'm trying to say. Nothing happens for no reason at that level. So I can see this happening in states against black people, and all this. The oppression was going on over them from the regular cast of people, like cops and whatever the fuck. Oppression was happening from there, right? But really, I can see one of the super rich families that control the shit. Like we know that National Bank of America is owned by a private fucking family. That is really fucked up.
Oh fuck yeah!
Right. So what I'm
Jails
saying,
are a private business there. That's even more fucked up.
One of the families, a couple of the families that own properties like that, businesses like that, like National Bank of America, you know what I mean, all that shit. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, well, you know what I mean. I'm tired of repeating these names, but I can see them still keeping that fucking real, true racism in their hearts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Still thinking that black people and fucking colored people should be under us and should be slaves and all that shit. And maybe they finally came to a point where they decided to cleanse the states. You know what I mean? I could see that happening fucking no problem because
That's a conspiracy theory that's not so far-fetched for me.
They have a history of being slave owners, right?
It's disgusting. Fuck yeah, the country's built off fucking slaves.
That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't that long ago, right? So
Wasn't that long ago at all.
that's what I mean. So even the people that... You think people that own slaves could still be alive? Like legit own slaves?
No, but their kids could be.
They're the next in line, right? The next
Grandkids. grandkids, definitely.
But that's what I'm saying. In these things like the Skull and Bones Society, the fucking masonry and all that shit, they pass down knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So just the same way it might have been passed down to fucking...
Well,
I don't know what
we were
what-
talking about martial arts and stuff too, like fucking that. It's a generation of knowledge that's passed on. Think of like Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. It's generations of knowledge that's passed on. So like, you know, I can understand that because of martial arts stuff. And by trying to understand your like, you know,
Yeah,
the way you
no,
get to conspiracy theories and stuff.
It's
that lineage
remember like I
of
told you.
information.
Remember how I told you before, and I don't think that was on the. I don't think that was one on an episode, so I'm gonna say it again. Remember I told you there was a prophet back home that was considered this old woman. She was considered a legit prophet, right? Because the shit she said,
Yeah.
the shit she said really did come through. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it wasn't that long ago that she lived here. I'm gonna look it up even. Oh, there's a whole fucking scheme to this point, man. She was born in 1911 and she died in 1996. So this was very recent. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so she was saying things that were actually happening, right? You know what I mean? Like she predicted things that were happening. So what I'm trying to say is, for some reason, one of her prophecies came out a few years back, right? Like a decade or something ago. Like say, so this prophet back home, right? She just died in '96, so this was very recent, right? Apparently, like I just heard about this in recent couple of decades, right? Apparently, one of her prophecies was that Russia is going to be a great superpower again when the dead will march with the living, right? And that's what I'm saying. Couple of decades within couple of decades.
Yeah.
They came out with a thing where the kids of Russian soldiers that were participating in World War II, like there's millions of Russians that died in World War II, right? Like hundreds of millions. You know what I mean?
Really?
So yeah. See, you don't know that shit. It is so fucked up that they consider that fucking Canada and States somehow won World War II when they fucking lost 2,000-3,000 people or some shit like that. Give me a fucking break. There was over 100 million Russians that died.
I know that.
Over 100 million, bro. It's fucked up. But I don't even want to touch on that subject. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
I didn't know that at all.
That's what I'm saying. Because fucking they rewrite the
see-
fucking history, man. But anyways, this prophecy.
Not even rewrite. Well, in
They
the
literally
States- in
rewrite the
States,
fucking
yes.
history.
Canadian history, growing up here, like learning it in school, they pick and choose.
It's fucked. There
You know
should be
what
no
I
picking
mean?
and choosing. It's a fact.
It's picking
It's a
and
fact,
choosing.
man. Nobody lost as many people as Russia did.
See, we don't learn about like,
Russians were the one
until
that came into Berlin, lost the most people, and somehow U.S. fucking won
Until
the
I
war.
got to high school here, it was only Canadian history, and what it was like fucking Upper Canada, Lower Canada.
What the fuck are you gonna learn up to 100 years?
Here's how we fucking moved corn. Like it's fucking, it's the shittiest fucking garbage ever, right?
But what I'm trying to say is, look, the fucking that was one of her predictions, right? Apparently.
yeah.
And now people that are whatever the fuck, the grandkids of people that died in war,
yeah.
they made this thing where they march with pictures of their fucking, you know what I mean? So alive people take a picture of
The person that's deceased of the family.
yeah,
march
involved
with
in a
it?
war, and then
Yeah.
march with it.
Yeah.
Right, and now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, so that's what the prophet said. This is the dead walking amongst the living, boom, 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 right? And they gave Russia another push, and everybody got excited, and everybody got together, and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm thinking is that shit was fucking literally made by KGB, preset 20 years ago.
How old is KGB?
How old is KGB? As old as USSR was, 1912, 1915, 1917 was the
That's
revolution.
what I mean. It's not fucking like centuries.
No, it's a century, but it's the
No,
now.
I mean, yeah, it's not like
they probably existed for like 80
yeah,
80 years.
it's not like some fucking like
Formed in 54. See, I thought they were older than that. So they formed in 54.
Well,
But
no,
there was
more-
something else before them, just like there's something else after them, right?
yeah, no, that's more so what I was asking. Like they're not from fucking. They didn't form in the 1500s.
No, but
or shit,
what I'm
right?
saying is, I believe that they manufactured that story from the prophet because nobody heard about it before, and then all of a sudden it came out after her death. right? So I'm thinking that they manufactured that story. So when the people, when there's a threat from outside that's squeezing the country, they're gonna say, "Oh, there's a new idea. Why don't we march with the fucking pictures to respect it?" You know what I mean? And then boom, somebody mentions that prophecy, and people are like, "Oh shit, we're gonna be a superpower again." Everybody gets together. So Russia gets sanctioned from everybody, and Russia's like, "Fuck you, man. We can do it ourselves. We have a prophet saying that we're gonna make it." You understand what I'm saying? So I think they manufactured the idea, then released it at the right time. Literally 25 years later. Can you imagine can you fathom the planning of that thing?
Oh, fuck yeah. Especially
you know
at
what
that
I mean?
level.
And that's emotionally getting people ready to get together and work, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because this is said by a prophet, boom, 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 you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, on that level, nothing happens for no reason, right? So the shootings in Vegas, that's where I was coming from, right? The shooting in Vegas, the shooting in schools, the shooting in theaters, all of that shit is planned for some fucking reason. Look, no terrorist attacks happened since the fucking U.S. fucking closed the borders.
Everybody has their borders closed.
Yeah,
that's
but you
a
want to tell me
stupid argument.
You want to tell me that fucking jihadists couldn't fucking crawl over the fucking border in Russia and blow up a fucking subway station?
No, they couldn't.
I'm pretty sure they could, man. I'm pretty sure I can still make it to States from here without showing my passport.
Yeah, you could. In Abbotsford, BC. You can go back to
That's
Vermont.
what I'm saying. So there's got to be a way for terrorists to get around still, but nobody's found in them, or U.S. is not doing it.
Or the terrorists have COVID as well, so they can't be around each other.
Listen, they're about to blow themselves up. Who gives a fuck about COVID?
What if?
How are you going to, you know what I mean? Who was it? Bill Mayer, I think? Is like, how are you going to, oh no, Russell Peters.
Bill Mayer.
Russell Peters, he was just like, how are you going to hurt somebody who doesn't give a fucking about the guard? She's like, you're going to hurt me. No, fuck you. I'm going to hurt me. Right? So, I don't know. That's just a joke. That's a meme I've seen on the internet, right?
Yeah.
But the scale of the shit that they plan,
the
preset.
The agenda.
Oh, that's what we're talking about this, because it's Skull and Bones and Masonry and all that shit, right? If I think the KGB preset that thing for 20, 25 years, Skull and Bones and all that shit has a history of a couple hundred years, right? In Masonry. So they've passed down, they might have preset something back then for their fucking, what do you call them? For the next generations to be able to
carry out
like fucking 100 years later.
Like a plan.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
We've
like
we've
the Twin Towers could have
much. Keep us alive by taking these steps and accomplishing this much more.
Exactly, like the steps to accomplish certain things, right? Because like, look, U.S. economy is based on war. If they're not at war, they're sinking.
This whole thing that's been going on with with COVID, definitely people say that it's fear mongering.
U.S. lives a fear mongering.
Yeah, for years, since I was a little kid.
Wherever
the war is going on, or wherever the enemy is. I mean, if you watch Canadian news, it's like there was a fucking cat stuck in a tree and we got it down, and then we boosted the guy's Cavalier so he could get home. But you watch American news and it's like, fuck it.
It's a threat. We gotta get him.
Russia's evil. There's a black man that robbed a white woman. There was like, is that news like back home? Is the news geared like that?
They really don't give a fuck. They obviously there is.
Do they paint an image of the United States?
Of course, because it's the Cold War, they call it, or whatever, right? When you talk shit about each other.
That was years ago.
Yeah, but it's happening now too, man. And Russia more so does it as, like I told you before, right? Russia does it as in saying that American population is stupid and it's ran by evil people. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean?
See, whereas here it's like. Not necessarily Russia, but I'm using for example.
Wherever it is at the moment, right?
Russia's evil. Putin will kill you.
Saddam was evil for a minute too, right? And then
Saddam was definitely evil, though.
Yeah, and look what happened to Middle East as soon as they took him down. It's a fucking chaos. He was evil, but he was keeping motherfuckers in check.
Fuck no.
What do you mean, fuck no? Middle East was under control. As soon as they took him down, Al-Qaeda popped up, ISIS popped up, all kinds of shit.
Fucking no. Al-Qaeda was already fucking there. So was the Taliban.
They were not,
ISIS came afterwards.
They were not fucking...
And he had nothing to do with any of them. He was in Iraq.
Bro, he was fucking keeping them in check. The whole Middle East. Saddam was the fucking...
No.
Saddam was the man in the Middle East, man.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. 100%.
Hell no.
What do you mean, hell no?
He was the man in one country.
He was the man in the whole Middle East. It's like saying Putin's the man in one country. What about the countries around him? You don't think they fucking do what he says because he could cut him off?
Fucking people over here, it's all the same country. Khabib and you are from the same fucking apartment complex. Russian, but
there's also Lithuania.
You guys are from the same apartment complex.
Okay, but fuck, man.
No, you fucking. There's no way. You said Putin fucking. Well, I mean, yeah, the same way the states would influence Canada.
Putin said to Georgia, "Don't let U.S. put the fucking warheads there." They didn't listen. Putin came in with the army.
That's one country, though.
That's going to happen to any country. They just listened. Georgia decided not to.
Yeah, but Putin can't go and just fucking run shit in Croatia.
He could tell them what to do, though. He could tell them if you...
And they'll listen?
Because he says if you agree with states or you do some deal with states that doesn't work with us, like putting fucking warheads on your territory, we're going to come in and fuck your shit up.
He did it like Croatia? Croatia's on a shithole, right?
Croatia's a Muslim, mostly Muslim populated, but
it's
you
not.
said Croatia. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. If somebody's going to put a bomb to your fucking doorstep, you're going to tell them not to. Right? Or if you know what I'm saying?
How close is Croatia to Russia?
Close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
Croatia's more down south, though. But
yeah, but close enough.
Close enough. Not as close as Ukraine, for example, or Georgia. That's bordering Russia, right?
Before we wrap this motherfucker up, because Kirill's Conspiracy Corner is live and in effect right now.
Oh fuck! I can go on forever, bro.
I know. So we've cracked that egg. So we come back to these episodes, but conspiracies in Canada about Canada, Canadian governments. Have you heard any? Are there any that our fucking youth doesn't let us have any? Like,
sorry, I was just looking how far. What the fuck?
What are you looking?
Croatia from Russia, yeah. Why can't I?
I'm gonna go with 800 kilometers.
Oh no, it's gotta be. I'm thinking it's gotta be more than that.
Really?
Croatia. Why can't? Why won't it show it to me? Like, that's weird. Okay, let's say Google. Fuck this. Fuck Google Maps. Distance between Russia and Croatia. 5,728 kilometers.
I was close.
So
I was closest without going over.
So see, the only next thing between...
It's far.
The only next thing between Croatia and Russia is Ukraine. So definitely, if states would have tried to put something there, they would have told them not to do it. And if they wouldn't listen, they would have fucking give them a lesson, for sure.
Give them a lesson?
Well, bro, the fucking... Georgia was taken over within 24 hours, busting like 3 shots, I think. 2 people got killed. The idiots that decided to go against Russian army. I mean, rest in peace, but what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, I remember seeing a year and a half, 2 years ago, some shit on social media. I didn't look deep into it, so I don't know how true it is, but there was some... Trump said some dumb shit about Canada and how they could be... Like, Canada could be considered as an enemy. And
to who? To states?
To states. And Russia responded. Like, some official from Russia responded and said, like, basically, it's all right, Canada. We got you back. Like,
well, I don't know if that's...
If fucking...
If that's during Trump, this is during Trudeau, right?
Yes.
So I don't think that would have been true.
That's what
Trudeau,
I said.
Trudeau's been popping his fucking mouth way too much.
Trudeau's a fucking moron.
He's a fucking clown. He said that he's going to look in Putin's eyes and tell him what's up. Some shit like that.
What, before you suck his dick?
What
the fuck? You're going to fucking get told what to do. Don't...
Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was his statement. That he's gonna look to Putin in his eyes and tell him to stop the fucking something. You know what I mean?
Fucking Justin Trudeau. Fuck off, man.
Buddy, like you don't like. You should have access to papers that we don't, right?
You should understand. Nothing. He is nothing.
And that's what I told you about this cottage trip with the fucking egg hunt, right? They just gave him a piece of paper, said, "Here, read this. Your dad would be proud. Now go to the cottage and play with some fucking eggs."
He's nothing. I have not met a single Canadian that fucking takes him seriously. So Canadian conspiracies might be the next topic on Kirill's Conspiracy Corner. Before I was angling towards something to wrap it up, but we got into some more conspiracies, thoughts, ideas, whatever. But we're gonna do fucking rapid fire here. Give me a 1-word answer or like a few words for some conspiracy theories that are out there, And as we continue to do these shows, these episodes.
What do you mean? Examples of the conspiracy
No,
theories that I'm
no,
into,
no.
or what are you saying? Sorry, I just...
Rapid fire. Ready?
Okay.
Area 51.
Real.
Believe it? Yeah?
Sure.
Landed on the moon.
Bullshit.
What are the conspiracy?
I mean, if you... Maybe drones, but not people.
JFK murder.
CIA.
Is Bin Laden dead?
That's a hard one. I don't know. He's either... They never showed the body. You know what I mean? When they killed Saddam, they fucking showed it to the whole world. This motherfucker got carried in the ocean, so... No, I think he's alive.
Bin Laden's alive.
He's
9/11
he's
inside
either
job.
alive or he was dead long before they said they shot him.
9/11 inside job.
Fuck yeah.
Crisis actors, are they real?
Fuck yeah. It's a thing. It's a fact.
Mass shootings, are they orchestrated by the government?
I think there's agenda behind them, yeah, and I
Is there
think
agenda?
CIA, what do you call it, orchestrates them.
Pyramids, they got electricity.
I think they did have electricity, and I think we don't know shit about what we're fucking digging through and looking at in terms of our architecture, or what do you call them, in terms of ancient sites, or you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like the shit that we're looking at, we have no idea what it is, from Stonehenge to pyramids. We have scratched the surface of a very basic idea of what it could be, but they were using
Aliens,
Oh fuck! I think they're real.
real or fake?
Real for sure. You
Ghosts, real or fake?
I would like to believe that they're real, but I don't. I think that's fake.
Do you think they're fake?
I think so. It's not that it's fake. It's just something that we don't understand and we call ghosts. But
And
you
these,
know what I mean? It could be an alien in a fucking uniform that fucking glitched for a second. You don't know, right? Or it could be a ghost. Like it's.
and these are some of the highlights that we will go over on Kirill's Conspiracy Corner in upcoming episodes.
For Jason Kelly, I'm Kirill Kasatskiy. This is Building Downtown.
Peace.
Deuces.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.